All right, guys, what do you think? New gas bowstrings, Flow Orange, not bad. Just picked it up from the shop, and not only did I order the new bowstring, this isn't System X, obviously, because System X is only one color. It's a gray and a blue, I believe, that's intertwined. And this is just orange, so it's festive. It's for Halloween, right? It's for the fall color, but I think it looks pretty clean with the orange contrast with the black. So obviously this is the PSE Omen. Not only did we get the strings changed, but we also got the limbs changed. I warranted the limbs out to PSE, and they were kind enough to give them to me within a couple weeks. Honestly, guys, pretty impressed with the timing. I was expecting a month or 2 months, but they've really upped their customer service. Pretty outstanding there. If you did see my other video I posted where the strings were delaminating, check that out. But yeah, it was delaminating 2 spots on the top and the bottom. It was on the left side. So wasn't too happy about that. I was expecting a little more durability out of the limbs, PSE's limbs. But I also got a tune-up on my bow, and we're gonna test it to see how well they tuned my bow. And as you can see, we'll zoom in here, but they put the Easy 220 snap system in here, spacers, and when you actually buy that kit, this is a pretty simple tuning system. Here you should be able to see that. 1 on each side on the bottom, 1 on each side on the top. Pointed out so you can see it. It's those little nubs there. Snap right in to either side of the cam. Yeah, right there. 1 and 2. Easier than Matthew's, I think, top hat system, their old tuning system, which you had to put in a press, take off the whole entire cam, and that's a lot. This is just put in a press just to take off a little bit of the tension and just snap them right in. Apparently you can actually do it without a press, even cooler. Let's go ahead and test out that paper tune, see how she goes. All right, guys, let's get that paper tune going. First arrow is gonna be the one they tuned it with. Black Eagle X Impact, 250 grains. That is definitely a tear left. There's the fletches on the left, you can see that. I don't know if that's tuned, guys. Let's run a bear shaft through it, see. Knock left means spine is too weak. 250 should be good for a 80-pound bow, right? 31-inch draw. Let's try the 300 spine. Oh, significantly better. But still a little bit left, you can see that. I wonder if that's my bad release form, maybe. Let's run a 200 spine. See if that clears up the left. That wind to die down a little bit. Still knock right. Hey guys, but we are getting a bad knock right. But look at the target. I mean, it looks straight as an arrow. Interesting. 250 spiner. Another 250 spine. Jeez, man, we are knocked left pretty bad. All right, let's try another one. 200 spine. Not even. Let's try this again, shall we? It's supposed to be tuned. It's supposed to be. I don't know, guys, it could just be me. We are just consistently knocked left. Okay. Knock left. Spare shaft it. 300 spine. Oh my God. Spare shafts are not doing it. Okay, 200 spine. Try 300 spine again. Actually a little bit better. It very well could be my form and release. More willing to grant that than an untuned job, but try it again. I'll be interested to get my recurve out here and do a couple shots with that just to see. There we go. A whole lot better. right there. Maybe a little left on that one. It's hard to tell without the fletches. It's a lot better than the other ones though. Alright guys, be right back and bring out the recurve. Gonna see who's getting a better tear. Alright guys, well the thing I will say about the recurve is that to tune it, primarily from what I've noticed, what's giving me better tears, not quite clean bolt holes, I've had a couple, but is just moving the knocking point up and down. Slightly moving it up drastically clears out my holes. How easy is that? With the compound bow, it's drastically more complicated. Even if you had the new technology where you're screwing and messing with things with the Allen keys, that's still simpler to move the knocking point. So let's see what we get for a bolt hole here. These tears have been pretty bad though, far worse than the compound bow, but they've gotten closer. Much closer than I've got with the compound bow, so there is that to consider. Yeah, that was a pretty bad one. I think that was my release though. That up a little bit. Point a smidge. A little bit better, still not ideal. Well, so far, neither of my bows are tuning. That's a problem. Well, I cleaned it up a little bit. Perfection. Nope, definitely not it. Too high on that one. Now back to the compound bow, 300 spine arrow. Oh, would you look at that? It must have been. It must have been. Must have been my release form. 'Cause that is perfection right there. That's what we're after. And that was with 300 spine. You think 80 pounds, 31 inches would want stiffer than 300, but look at that perfection, guys. Bare shaft. Perfect bullet. There's the arrow. Perfection. All right, so this was our best tear with the recurve. You can tell a little knock high, about 3/4 of an inch. And that was our bolt hole with the compound.